So if you're taking a look at the Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold Pro GX5 head shaver and wondering if it has the potential to be a good head shaver for you, or you own the Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold Pro and wonder if this GX5 upgrade is any good, if there's any differences, if it makes a difference, then this video is going to be useful to you. In this video, I'm going to cover the features and design of the Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold GX5 head shaver based on my experience and my views. I will also do a demo head shave so you guys can see how this performs. I have shaved it before, but it's good to do a demo shave so you guys can see it in action. And I'll wrap it up with some takeaways, a little bit of feedback and some possible other options. I have previously published videos on the Skull Shaver Palm, the Skull Shaver Silver, the Skull Shaver Gold, Platinum. The only one I haven't done a video on is the Skull Shaver Diamond. So the videos for those have been in the description below. Plus I've done website reviews and I'm on my website shaveandadvisor.com, but I'll drop all that in the description so you can take a look at them whenever you need to and when you can. There's also comparisons as well. So if you're wondering if the Skull Shaver Gold is the best option or the Skull Shaver Silver, I've also got the comparisons for those which will also be in the description. Right, before I get into details about the features, I just want to mention that all head shavers, electric head shavers, are prone to some sort of faults. I've seen many people with faults and they kind of lose their head about it and get really angry about it, and I just want to mention to you guys that there's some risk attached to purchasing an electric head shave, that they can fault. And some of the issues that people run into is some of these brands, when they try to return them, they have difficulties getting a replacement. Now, Skull Shaver gives a 1-year warranty on the Skull Shaver Pitbull Gold, but all of the head shavers, a 1-year guarantee. Warranty in the USA. I think it's a 2-year warranty outside of the USA in the UK, and they give a 35-day money-back guarantee if anything goes wrong. One issue that people do run into is that if you have to return it, you have to pay the postage costs. And some people, are not happy about that, and I've seen complaints about that. But I just want to put you guys wide on, the head shaves, electric head shaves that have the potential, all of them across the board have the potential to stop working in a short period of time. Many of us have head shavers that last for a long time, and I have a bunch of them, and all of the Skull Shavers, and all of them, touch wood, are still running fine now. However, with my experience, because I'm switching with head shavers and shavers and razors so frequently, I don't get to do a longevity test of using it frequently for months and months and months. So, I can't really vouch for that, and I have to be honest with that. Now, I guess I do believe that, like most companies, that the upgrade from the Gold Pro to the GX5 is a kind of marketing thing. Companies all have to do it to continue selling their products, don't they? I don't want to knock Skull Shave for that. So Unboxed, we get this extra Pitbull Shaver travel case. Now, this before came with the Skull Shaver Platinum. It never used to come with the Skull Shaver Gold, so that's part of the upgrade, I guess. Now, inside there we get this other velvety sort of case. We can pop the shaver inside. We get a USB cord. But with the USB cord, we also get an adapter. They're kind enough to give us an adapter. Some of these companies they're not giving out adapters these days, are they? I guess because we've got plenty of them running around our homes. Then we got a little brush. We get a little bottle of oil as well. Where's that little bottle of oil? It's here somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where I put that. And we've got a blade cap cover. So we have a blade cap cover that we can keep on the blades to protect them. And that's what we get inside the box. So let's run through the differences of the Gold Pro and the GX5, the upgraded version. So in terms of price, on the Skull Shaver official website in the USA, the Gold costs $111, whereas this GX5 costs $121. Now with the GX5, we do get this travel case, handy little travel case that we can store all of the kit inside there, plus the shaver. So in a way, I kind of think that kind of covers the extra $10 really. It's not a huge hike up, is it? Although, my view is the Skull Shavers are quite expensive as they was, but then, we've got to weigh up comparison with other shavers. But for myself, I don't think it's a major step up in cost. Is $10, is it? It's not, unless it was kind of breaking the bank at $111 anyway. However, if that's the case, then what I would do is turn my thoughts towards the Skull Shaver Pitbull Silver, because that's somewhat cheaper, and that's a great head shaver as well. So the blades on the Gold Pro and the GX5 upgrade are exactly the same. They're the Forte type blades. Skull Shaver has various blades that can come with the head shavers. These are kind of the standard ones, Forte, but these haven't changed at all. And Skull Shaver recommends that we replace these every 3 to 6 months. I'd say over 6 months. That's all dependent on the coarseness of your hair and how frequent that you use it. You know, mileage varies. And in the US, on the official website, it costs around about $35 per set to replace. So that's worth keeping in mind for additional costs. And the $35 is when it's purchased on the non-subscription plan. Be cautious when you go to the website to make sure, if you don't want to be subscribed to further blade replacements, that on the website front page, that you tick the box that says purchase the shaver only. You'll pay a little bit more with the shaver only than what you would with a subscription. But yeah, just be mindful of that. Do you want to join the subscription plan, or do you want to just purchase the shaver if you purchase it from School Shaver and don't purchase it from Amazon or anywhere else? I do have a chart from School Shaver that shows the differences between all of the head shavers. Now the GX5, in addition to the Gold Pro, has this extra travel case. So you get this travel case that we can put all the bits and bobs inside, plus the head shaver. Then also, oh, actually I was wrong there on the blades. The blades, the coating has been upgraded on them. So these are IPX7 blades, whereas the older type are IPX5, and that just means IPX7 is just kind of more, it's got more waterproof ability, so this can be submerged in water somewhat. But that is all that the chart shows. Doesn't show any other sort of upgrade or benefit to the GX5. However, when I looked on the website and the sales page for GX5, I did find some other information. I'll just read this out to you guys. It has this section on that sales page. Enhanced performance. The Pitbull Gold Pro GX5 takes performance to the next level. It's been upgraded with a more powerful motor, allowing it to deliver smoother and faster results compared to the previous Pitbull Gold shaver. With enhanced blade efficiency and powerful cutting action, it glides effortlessly over your skin, reducing the time effort required for a clean shave. Okay, so it says it's been upgraded with a more powerful motor. I don't have a School Shaver Pitbull Gold with me at the moment, so I'm over in my place in Thailand. Most of my head shavers are over in the UK. I don't have the Pitbull Gold. What I do have is a Pitbull Platinum. The Pitbull Platinum is exactly the same shave. It's just got a platinum or a chrome coating on it. So what I would do is I'll switch these on, and you'll be able to listen to the difference in the sound of these. And the GX5 does sound more powerful, or I guess it sounds faster. And when I have a head shave of it shaves slightly quicker. But listen to these anyways. This is the GX5. Now this is the Platinum. Now remember, the Platinum is more expensive. You should be able to hear that is much slower. That's the Platinum. That's the Gold Pro. So that sounds much quicker to me. So maybe it does have a more powerful motor. Why they haven't put that on the chart, I don't know. But, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing anyway, and that's what I've experienced. So about the main features and designs, the School Shaver, of course, has its patented ergonomic design, doesn't it? Where we can slide our fingers through between the head, the body, and the head of the shaver, the blade head, and we can kind of cup it in our hands and shave around the back of our head really easily, and along the sides. It comes up the sides great. I've come to really like that design. It's brilliant. And then we can also hold it in a standard way, where we hold our hands, our thumb and fingers at the side, and shave in that manner. So we can shave in that manner or that manner. This is what School Shavers have become well known for, and they've got a patent on the design, which is great, because otherwise we'd be looking at about 150 head shavers on Amazon that are created by the Chinese, that would be trying to compare and find which is the best one. So good on School Shaver that they put a patent on that. It has 4 rotary blades that all flex. These kind of flexing, which is useful for shaving along various tricky contours, the back of the head and along the sides. But also, not only these blades flexing, but each blade also presses in or flexes somewhat. This to me offers additional comfort and additional staying close to the skin and close to the scalp while shaving. So it's a good setup. Yeah, we get some head shavers companies that are selling head shavers with 6 blades, 7 blades, 10, and to me that's just a marketing gimmick. 4 blades like this, 4 blades is plenty enough, and it gives good coverage. A lot of the other ones where you're getting these 9D ones and all that sort of stuff, it's just a sales gimmick to get you guys to think, oh wow, nine blades must be better than 4, you know, and for myself it's proved to not be the case. 4 is plenty enough. And a feature I like having with a skull shaver, also with this one, is that if we pop the blade cap off, got a little notch there, we take that off, and inside there is a nice collection shaver, and that's useful for it as it collects debris. And the debris collects in there can be cleaned out. This blade can be taken off as well by turning it and then removing it. That's just if you use any accessories, because some of there are accessories available, like a nose trimmer and other sort of trimmers. I don't really bother with them, but if you needed to, you can take the whole of the top cap off and then put it back on, or replace it with the attachment that you want to put on there. Now, a feature that I like, that wouldn't be a deal breaker for most guys, is that the charge shown on this shaver is with a percentage, so we can see how much charge is left on the shaver. Now, I really like that. It's just convenient. It's good to know that it's on its last 10%, and you know, it needs to be plugged back in again. That's one of the features that we get in addition to the skull shaver Pitbull Silver, is we get this percentage charge, and I like having that. We get 90 minutes run time, which is plenty of time for me. I get many head shavers out of this before it needs recharging. Obviously, after about 12 months of use, that you're going to get less time out of the battery. That's just kind of standard for these lithium ion batteries. So it's fully waterproof, so we can use this shaving wet or dry. I have used it shaving wet with shaving cream, traditional shaving cream whipped up on my head, some lava. However, I don't find much additional benefit really to it, and I like dry shaving because that's the purpose of electric shavers, that is for convenience. However, if you a person that shaves in the shower, head shaves in the shower, or head shaves in the bath, or you're just getting started with it and you want to make sure you try and make it a little bit more comfortable while your skin acclimatizes and gets used to the shaver, then the option is there to use it wet shaving with your favorite lubricant. When a shave's done, this is easy enough to clean up. We just pop the top cap off, and what I usually do is give it a good blowout inside the inner part of the blades, just to get rid of the most of the debris. There's a little brush as well that can be useful for cleaning the corners if any hair gets caught in the corners of this. And then what I do is I put a few blobs of hand antibacterial soap on the blade section at the back. Then I pop the cap on, pull a little bit of water on the blades, let that run for about 10 or 15 seconds, let it give it a good cleanse, and then swill it out and leave the blades off and let it dry for a couple of hours. So simple. We can also give these blades a deep clean if we take the top cap off and remove the blades. On the top section of the blades there, we have this kind of grey cog. Now, if we turn the wheel on this grey cog, it will remove this kind of clip that holds all the 4 blades down, and we can take each of these blades out individually and give them a good deep clean. They will need it from time to time, and I'd say it's probably best to do that once a month. Putting a couple of drops of oil on the blades frequently as well will help maintain them and help them to last longer, plus work more efficiently. Okay, so that just about covers it. Let's grab myself a mirror and get a head shave on. So some of the aspects we're going to be looking for is how the blades maintain skin contact along the various contours of the scalp, how close the shave is, the end result, how comfortable is it, am I getting any irritation, or is it a comfortable shave? And I guess how quick the shave is. Now, this is what I'm starting with. I've got about 3 days of growth there. I had about 4 days of growth actually, because I was waiting to use this head shaver. But what I've done is give it a trim first with this Remington Quick Cut Pro. In the USA, you only have the Remington Shortcut, but this is really great for just whizzing over and getting trimming it down to clipper length without a comb. So I've trimmed it with that first. Now, some people who do come and say, this guy's got no hair, you know, what's he doing using a head shaver? This is people who obviously do not have a bald head. The reason I shaved my head is because as a young guy, I was losing all of this hair there, and it made sense to just shave it all off. Well, I do have some hair there, it's very light, but it's mostly I have this monk look going around there, but this is what we're starting with. Right there, around the sides there. And that's it. There's some fluff on there that nobody can see. But for those guys who wonder why I'm shaving and I have a bald head already, it's because of that. It's to get it to look a bit more covered and a bit more slicker. That's what most of us guys that have receded, lost our hair, prefer to do. If I had a full set of hair, you know what? A full head of hair, I would not be using a head shave. I'd be styling my hair. So we're started on 91%. So let's see how much percentage of charge I have left after the shave. So this cupping in your hand business is we slide our fingers through there and it just grips nicely between the fingers and the thumb. Okay, as we can see, the blades are maintaining good contact with the skin. There's no kind of overlap there. If you take a look there, there's no overlap with the blades. Some head shavers will overlap here and they won't keep contact with the skin very well. So yeah, that's really good. Now around the ears can be quite tricky with any of the rotary style head shavers. It's just the nature of rotary style shavers. But you know, you just have to kind of work at it a bit really. I just pull my ear down, press my ear down slightly and just work at trying to line it up and pick up any leftover tricky hairs. But it will get there. You just got to learn your own technique. There we go. We're more or less there. A couple of minutes. For a few minutes it's taken, hasn't it? Right, okay, so we're about done. 89%. So what was it on 91%? A couple of percent that's used. Right, so the end result, yeah, I do still have some slight stubble patches that I can feel. You can't really see, but I can feel them. But that's kind of what we get with dedicated head shavers. We don't get as close as a manual razor. We can't expect that, you know. And yeah, and that's what I'd expect. So let's take a good look around. There's the back of my head, so I can feel some slight stubble there, but none of this stubble is really noticeable to anybody. And I think the bottom line is, if I use a manual razor by 5 o'clock or definitely by the next morning, stubble is back anyway. So I've come to learn that, you know, does that slight amount of stubble really matter? It doesn't, does it really? So irritation, no irritation at all. Fast shave and convenient. Job done. While we're here, here's something that some of you guys might like that I like to do, is if you have a cartridge razor, a multi-blade razor. Now a multi-blade razor, most of them these days also have this little trimmer blade on the top of there. If you have one of those handy, then this is really useful, and I find useful for, you know, the hairs on the back of the neck there where electric shavers find it difficult to trim them off. Now what I do is just, it's a few seconds. I just go to the back of my head like this, back of my neck and head, and then just trim it like that. And it gets rid of what I call, it's like bum fluff. I get bum fluff hair. It's not proper hair growth. There's like bits of bum fluff. You see some guys that have shaved and have got all bits of hair left there, but this is great for that. And this can also be used then to kind of trimming the sideburns area, you know, there, to get that, you know, maybe get that lined up if you've got a beard or something like that. But it's a useful little tool. I mean, if you use safety razors, might also use safety razors. Safety razors also do the same job, but if you've got one of these multi-blade razors with the trimmer on the top, that's it, can be useful for that. So that's pretty much how a skull shaver Pitbull Gold Pro GX5 shaves. It was a really comfortable shave as expected. It's close enough, not as close as a manual razor as I've mentioned. It contours very well and the blade stays super close to the skin, an extremely comfortable shave, and it's very quick as a daily shaver or shaving every couple of days. Now, would I upgrade from the Skull Shaver Gold Pro if I had a Skull Shaver Gold Pro to the GX5? No, I wouldn't upgrade from it. But I guess if I had the choice between a Gold Pro and a GX5, because I get this extra case which is useful and it seems a bit more speedier, you can hear the sound of the battery, the power seeming more slightly faster, I would go for the GX5. My feeling is, or my thoughts is, probably the Skull Shaver Gold Pro might get phased out and they're going to lean towards just the GX5. I don't know what Skull Shaver's plan is, possibly. So what I'd recommend is taking a look at some of the links I've got in the description, plus a couple of boxes are going to come up here on previous videos I've made, like the best head shavers. There'll be some comparisons of these. My website's going to be updated with the latest Skull Shaver models, the GX5 for this, the Palm upgrade, the Silver. If you'd really like a Skull Shaver, but it's just a bit too pricey, over $100, then you can think about taking a look at the Skull Shaver Silver Pro.